Hello. आवाज आ रहा है तुमको?
Hello, Anil sir.
Now I am audible. You are
Hello, Anil.
audible. You are audible
Yes, sir.
now. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible. now.
Because it was showing that because of the number of speakers there, it is not being. Anyway, so I believe that I am audible. Yes. Please
Yes, sir.
carry on.
Yes, sir. Anil,
Yes, sir.
Anil sir,
Okay,
please.
sir. Thank you, sir. With the permission of our principal, sir, we will start with the inauguration ceremony of today's national webinar on career counseling with interesting topic that is successful on the vessel, but where? So good morning, all participants, all delegates, all honorable dignitaries to this career counseling webinar on this day, that is 3rd March of 2022. Here I would like to inform all the participants that is we have honored with presence of eminent speaker Dr. Soundrapandian Chidambaram sir, Associate Professor, College of Health Sciences, Debre Tabor University.
ज्वाइन नहीं हो रहा है, वो एक्सेप्ट कीजिए.
Debre Tabor University, Ethiopia. We are also honored with the presence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Sudipto Bose, Sir, Vice Chancellor, Mata Gujri University, Kishanganj. We are honored with the presence of our convener cum principal of our college, Dr. Somendu Debre, Sir, as well as all the dignitaries, all the faculty members, all the students of all over the country who are joined here to attend this program. I request all the participants to please keep their mic mute so that we can have smooth conduction of this program. So, respected all dignitaries, it is my esteemed honorable pleasure to have myself, Anil Sao, Associate Professor of this college, to host as well as coordinate this program. And as you all know, we will start with this inauguration ceremony. Friends, India is a land of traditional cultural heritage, and before doing any work, any task, we pray to our Lord, we pray to our God. So, we will start with our ceremony with a lamp lighting ceremony. I request dignitaries to please virtually be present and light this traditional lamp of inauguration of this ceremony.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं त्वं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
So thank you very much, my technical team member, Mr. Amit Samanta sir, for having this wonderful video. So our next step, we will proceed to welcome our dignitaries, our guests. Dosto, India is a land of cultural heritage, and we believe in Atiti Devo Bhav. And to prove these lines true, I would like to welcome our honorable resource person, Dr. Soundrapandian Chidambaram sir, with a virtual flower bouquet. I request Honorable Principal sir to present this virtual bouquet to our resource person.
Wait, please.
Full screen, full screen.
Pandian sir, please accept our gratitude for being present here.
Much, Principal. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you, sir. Amit, please continue. Anil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next, I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, of this university, Mata Gujri University, Dr. Sudipto Bose, sir, with same virtual flower bouquet. I request once again Principal, sir, to present this virtual bouquet to our VC, sir.
Amit, please. Welcome you, sir, on behalf of this call. Thank
Thank
for
you.
your presence, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, now I would like to extend my deep-hearted welcome to Director of our organization, Honorable Dr. Dilip Kumar Jaiswal, sir, Director, Mata Gujri Memorial Medical College and Lion Seva Kendra Hospital. He is also a Deputy Chief Whip member, Bihar Legislative Council, Government of Bihar, with my floral words under his dynamic visionary concepts we are growing day by day in this organization. I also welcome and virtually welcome our Honorable Registrar Sir, Dr. Ikshit Bharat Sir, for giving all the permissions and all the setups for this organization of online webinar. I also welcome here all our principals, sir, for this wonderful program, for giving his guidance and always motivation to organize such events. I also welcome all the faculty member of our college, all the dignitaries of various eminent colleges, faculty members, research persons, research scholars, pharmacy professionals, and other persons, students who are attending this program. Let me have some introduction here. Friends, Mata Gujri University was established under flagship of Mata Gujri Memorial Medical College and Lion Seva Kendra Hospital, Kishanganj, and it is offering educational course in MBBS graduate and postgraduate courses, as well as nursing and pharmacy courses, as well as paramedical courses. And in the year 2020, Mata Gujri College of Pharmacy was started, which is offering B Pharmacy course as well as D Pharmacy course with an intake of 100 seats for B Pharm and 60 seats for D Pharm. Mata Gujri College of Pharmacy offers world-class infrastructures with fully furnished laboratories as well as library, which is most conducive to context. We are organizing this today, career counseling program, with an aim to expose our student with requirement of professional life, which they will have after this course. I request here Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to present his address note just to start this event. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to please start with your welcome note.
Thank you, Mr. Sao.
Thank
I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Our resource person, respected Prof. Dr. Chidambaram, all dignitaries locally as well as an all India basis, of which I heard from Mr. Sahu, all categories of staff, students, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to you today for today's webinar. In today's world, already Mr. Sahu has given you the details of this university, which I do not want to further progress upon. This has all been under the able leadership and the vision of the Honorable Director, Dr. Dilip Jaiswal, and supported ably by his son, Dr. Bharat, the registrar of the university. Now, coming to the courses which has already been enumerated, let us come to focus today of this webinar, particularly pharmacy and the opportunities. Now, in today's world, you will understand merely getting a degree, being awarded a degree, whether it's D Pharm or a B Pharm, and that is not the end of it. One will have to now adjust to the scenario where you can be usefully employed. And for this, we have none other than Professor Chidambaram, who will be deliberating on the various aspects so that you have opportunities which you can utilize. Here, let me also stress upon those students who are doing their D Pharm, diploma in pharmacy. You see, there is nothing to lose heart. You have got into D Pharm. How many people have got it? There have been not all. And if you excel in D Pharm, and then you can go on to B Pharm, and there 1 year of your teaching curriculum will be waived. So there is no point in neglecting what you have got. I would strongly suggest and surmise that you will concentrate the students on your D Pharm courses also 2 years. That will lay the basic, and in 1 year later on you would get into B Pharm perhaps, and then you can do it. Whatever you are doing at the moment, do to the best of your abilities, capabilities, and to excel in it. And I would not like to take further time and encroach on his time, because that is more important today in the form of where you get an idea what are the opportunities available. This has been an excellent idea by the principal and his very dedicated staff to conduct this webinar so that you as students come to know what are the opportunities available. And there is a huge opportunity not only in the state, in the country, perhaps even abroad. So with these few words, I wish you the best, the very best, and may this webinar be very successful for those people who have attended it. Thank you. Jai Hind. Over to you, Mr. Sao.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. We will thank you for your valuable words. We always appreciate your presence in our all events. I request next principal of our college, Dr. Somendu Debre, sir, to please present his address note to this program.
Good morning to one and all. First of all, I would like to thank our chief patron, director of. I would like to extend my thanks to our patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Dr. Sudipta Bose, and Honorable Registrar, Sir, of this university, Dr. Ichit Bharat, for giving us all the facilities and opportunity to conduct this program. Now, I would like to say a few words about the eminent speaker we have with us today. Dr. Soundrapandian Chidambaram, sir, is presently working as Associate Professor in the College of Health Sciences, Debre, Tabor University, Ethiopia. He is an eminent academician with a vast experience of about 25 years in academia and 5 years more in industry. So I think with his knowledge and experience, he will be able to guide us all in terms of the ways or in terms of selecting our career, especially for our students. I won't take much of his time, and I would also like to welcome all the administrators and academicians from all corners of the country, as well as all the students from all over the country who are attending this program. And I hope this turns out to be fruitful for you all. Thank you. Anil sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now we will continue with our the main part of this event, that is technical session. I invite Dr. Soundrapandian sir to continue with his technical session and his presentation. Dr. Soundrapandian sir, please continue.
Yeah, before we start, Mr. Sahu, how much time have I got?
You have, sir. You have time, sir. You can take your time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Principal. So to start with, let me share my slide and check it.
Anil sir, start the presentation.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Sahu, is the entire screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible. It is visible.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for your kind presence over here. And thank you, Principal, for the nice words on introduction. Without any further delay, let us start with the session. So as the topic goes, you may be interested, like what is this successfully on the vessel? Here, let us consider that like the vessel can be a metamorph of yourself, or it can be a metamorph of your course, would be pharmacy or so. Fine. You all come from different places. You are going to take up the same course, but when you sail your journey, you may be ending up in different careers. Fine. So it is important to always like plan in advance and this seminar is purposefully for that. Aristotle once said that like well begun is half done. So this presentation has got three parts. First, we will have some points to make your present time better, being as a first year or second year student. In fact, that is the very best time to start planning about your future and your entire career. And the second part will be about like how you can plan for your career. And if you have a vision of like you want to join a particular career or like you want to join a particular job, what is the importance?
Absent badaiye. 137.
Is in general forever, which we all know, which is very important in this life as of in today's world. Right. So, is it audible for everyone?
16.
13.
13.
Okay.
Mr. Sav, is it going fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is fine. It is well.
Okay. So as we begin, right, the first thing you would be already knowing that like whatever imaginations you had about our college life is totally different. Whatever lifestyle or whatever happenings that is projected in all the films, all the languages, they are all totally different, right? And especially being in a professional career like pharmacy, it is very, very different. The most important point is first realize that being a student is a full-time job. It is just like it is a full-time job. You need to be present to the classes. You need to attend the practicals. You need to take notes. Going your hostel.
41.
I'm sorry, I'm having some disturbance from someone. Is everyone's mic switch off? So, as you are sure that like this is not a filmy world, this is the realistic, practical world. Be more sure to behave as a student, and you may be from different backgrounds, you may be from different places, you may be from different cultures, but once when you enter a university, once when you enter an institution, that institution has got a code of conduct, a set of rules. There is a hierarchy over there. It has to be followed. It doesn't matter that like from where you are, who you are. Once when you enter the campus, you are all the student and everyone is the same from the point of view of the college. The first most important thing over here is to be successful in life, you need to create a brand image that is very successful. Nobody is going to be bothered about what is your image. You may be branded as a comedian, you may be branded as a waste fellow, you may be branded as an intelligent person, you may be branded as a very responsible person. Everything depends upon what you do, how you do, and how you exhibit yourself. It is very important to create a brand for yourself. And especially for success, to be successful in your professional career, it is very important to create your brand image when you are in your college itself. Because tomorrow, wherever you go for job, your senior or junior is going to be there. Whatever image you develop in this 4 years will be the same in others' mind forever. So try to create a respectable and a responsible brand image for yourself. And when you are creating a respectable and responsible brand image for yourself, you're also creating a brand image for your college. I'm saying this in general because some of you may be in universities that has got a great brand image. Some of you may be attending like from colleges that may not be even known in the next 4 kilometers of the city. Whatever it is very important to keep up or create your brand image and a brand image for your college, because both are complementary. Wherever you go, before you, your college name will go. So you need to create a brand image for the college. And if there is a brand image for the college, before you go, you will be having a red carpet welcome when compared to others. So have it in mind, you need to create a brand image. How you will create a brand image is up to you. Whenever people join an college, and I just say one thing in the first day of the college, that is, attending a college is like attending a buffet lunch. You have already paid the fees for the college, and then you start attending the college. It is just like you first pay the money and then you start attending the buffet lunch. Now, if you pay the money and if you don't eat properly in the buffet lunch, who is at loss? The hotelier or you? The same logic applies over here. When you pay enormous amount of fees for attending a college, and if you are not sincere and if you are not trying to get benefit and maximum from the institution, who is at loss? You as a student or the college? So utilize your 4 years of BPharm properly, fine, try to get benefited maximum from the college for curricular, co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and set yourself a very nice brand image. The second point is about, like, as a student, you need to be organized, you need to avoid procrastination, you need to make deadlines as your priorities. Especially pharmacy is not a course like any other course. You will find that, like, in any university, like all the other professional courses, people will be like little bit relaxed, but pharmacy people will be like, they have to be always busy, because every day they have a practicals. So when they come up, they have to do the practical copies, and every 2 weeks or so there may be an assignment or there may be a seminar. So you are like always supposed to be busy. So it is very important to be organized, and it is very, very important to complete the day's task on that day itself. For example, today you have completed a practical. When the same evening, complete the practical copy and then go to bed. If an assignment is announced and it is given like 3 weeks time, try to complete the assignment in the same week, because you will not be sure, maybe the next week one more assignment may come. So it is always better to be organized, avoid procrastinations. The other important point, this applies for all the colleges, all the courses, get to know your staffs. That is very, very important. Get to know about your class. See, history is very important. Why do we all feel proud that, like, we are Indians? Because of our great history, right? We know about like great kings, we know about like great persons and all. Why? It is being told to us. But when you enter a college, you just don't, if you don't bother about to know about the credentials of your professors, your assistant professors, your lecturers, you will think that like some person, like a postman, is coming and giving a lecture and going. Just speak with your faculties, try to know their credentials, be proud about that, okay? And also try to know about your faculties and try to create a good relationship with your faculties. Very few students, you will find that like all successful students, actually they are very few, right? When it comes to interaction, people think that like I will not go to the faculty and ask for doubt. Maybe the faculty may laugh at me, or like I may be demeaned. There is nothing like that. All the faculties will be more than happy to support you. See, help comes for those who help themselves. So you have to walk to your faculty, and if you have any doubts, ask them. If they are free, they will definitely explain. Otherwise, they will tell like, okay, you come in the afternoon session or come tomorrow. If you think that like, no, I went to the faculty, he didn't answer me immediately, you are totally wrong, because your faculty is more busy than you. Okay, so if you continuously approach him 2 or 3 times, definitely they will know that like this student is not here to simply make some mascara or something else. He is not here to simply impress me, right? He is really interested in education. I have to devote time for him. So once when you create this brand image, this faculty will tell to other faculties, if this person is coming for asking doubts, please clarify immediately because he is a sincere student. Just like how you brand a faculty in the first year, faculties will also brand you. So it is very important. I'm not saying it happened, every student is doing it and every faculty is doing it, but there is a common thing which happens everywhere. So it is very important in the first year itself, you try to create a very good image and create a very good relationship with your faculties. In fact, like if you go and speak to your faculties in the private times, that is after the classes, they may even give you a lot of tips in how to read, how to memorize, how to remember, and how to handle your examinations in a smart way rather than a hard way. The other important point is that like in many universities, I find that like the library is underutilized. See, a very major part of your fees goes for the library. Every college and every university invests a lot of money in the library. It is all for the benefit of you. If you are not going to enter the library, if you are not going to enter the resources, again, as I said, you are losing. The college is not losing. From the other point of view, if you want to create a brand image as a sincere person, as a person interested in academics or something else, my tip is start going to the library regularly, right? And then enter your name in the register. Because most of the faculties, when they go to the library, they will go through the register and try to know which student is attending the library. Because they try to know when a student is regularly attending the library, they will get an impression that like, okay, this boy is sincere, this girl is sincere. That is an extra tip over here. Anyhow, utilize your library very well. Another thing is that like, in many colleges, it happens that like there are so many groups. These groups may happen for like many reasons. Okay, if a group is forming based upon some interest or hobby, it is fine. But then like based upon unnecessary things, groups forms, and then like these groups like unnecessarily they clash, and throughout their life they carry these bitter experiences. Don't do that. Remember that every person you meet in the college has something to offer you in your entire life. As I said earlier, tomorrow, after 5 years or after 10 years, your senior may be in a place where he can help you, or your classmate may be in a place who can help you, or you will not even know. When you are final year, there was a student in the first year, and that first year will be in a position to suggest you. To have a very successful professional career, networking is very important. And as because like the opportunities in pharmacy is quite small, it is very important to start creating your networking with people right from your UG days itself. And as because we are going very seriously about education and profession, like, I don't mean that like you should be always studying. Definitely you need a balanced life. So get involved in the clubs or organizations that is available in your college or university. Yeah, I'm again saying that like the students club and organization are only for your co-curricular or extracurricular activities. Don't get involved in any student organizations which is away from this co-curricular or extracurricular activities. They are not going to help your life any day. Maybe out of 1 lakh, 1 person may get benefited, but generally the success rate is very, very less if you are going to join any student organization which is away from, which is not a co-curricular or extracurricular activity. Suppose in new colleges it is not possible, right? Just go to the principal, 4 or 5 members, and ask the principal, sir, like we want to start a students club for dance. We want to start a students club for painting. We want to start a students club for photography, right? Like any college, people will be very happy. You will be assigned a faculty. You can have a regular programs like every regular training sessions every once in a week or once in a month, and this will go a very long way. So it is not that like you have to keep on like burying your head inside the books and your laptop for making assignments. Fine, get connected, and involved in students' clubs and organizations. At the same time, take good care of your physical and mental health, which is very important because we know that like a happy human being requires both a healthy body and a healthy mind. If gym facilities is available in your college, go to the gym regularly. Fine. It is important that like you go in the morning because after your college day, after completing your college in the evening, if you try to go, then your entire evening will get wasted. Okay, so try to go in the morning. If it is not possible to go for the gym for any reason, just in the morning when you wake up, do stretching exercises for 10 minutes. That is more than sufficient. It is not necessary that like you have to weight some 50 kgs, 100 kgs, something like that. Just do simple exercises for 10 minutes. YouTube will give you suggestions how to do all these things. Just do regularly for 10 minutes in the morning. That is more than sufficient. And for a healthy mind, as I said, involve in any activities with students club. Most important is avoid online games. I stress it again and again, avoid online games. Recently, I was speaking to a psychiatrist friend over here. He said that like in the last 10 years, the number of psychic patients he finds are all in the age group of like almost 13 to 25. They are very impulsive. They get very arrogant. They cannot mix with other people. They are losing their education. They are losing their professional life in their office also. Those who got married, their family life is also not good because they got involved in the online games. And as because most of the online games are only about violence and killing, so it is very important to get out of online games. Immediately uninstall it. As I said earlier, it is very important to have a balanced life. Try to make a balance between studies and enjoying with your friends. But again, I will say, study first, party later. Now the question comes like, there are so many things. One side, you are telling me to study. The other side, you are telling me to go to the library. The other side, you are telling me to go to the class. The other side, you to students' organizations, to the gym, everywhere. Everything you can do if you plan properly. As I said earlier, going to the class is very important. Do stretching exercises in the morning for 10 minutes. You need not do it for 1 hour. 10 minutes. You will very easily get 10 minutes. Is sufficient. Involving in club activities once in a week for 2 hours or 3 hours is sufficient. You need to make up your time management because you know about yourself very well. Right. Being said that, now let us start thinking about the future, and it is very important to start planning for the future from now. But some of you may have this question. Hey, wait, I'm just in first year UG or second year UG. Still there is like 2 years or 3 years to complete my course. And after that, I have to go to the job. What is this? Why should I start planning about my career right now itself? It is too early. I'll just enter the college or something else. Yeah. Sometimes it may seem too early, but definitely it is not too early because for certain things you need to plan very well in advance. If you are completing your college by 21, for another 40 years, your life is going to depend upon the job that you take. For that, you need to start planning at least 4 years in advance. As I said earlier, the Aristotle words, well begun is half done. And you need, for certain things, you need to plan well in advance. This is not that like, okay, come on, let's go to Siliguri. Siliguri is 100 kilometers, just 1 hour ride from your college. You need not plan much. Just 1 minute planning is more than sufficient. But this is not like that. This is for 40 years. So you need 4 years to plan and to upgrade yourself. There's a Bible story which says that like God once wanted to destroy the world. So he said to Noah that like, I'm going to destroy this world. There will be a lot of rain and flood. So try to escape. Okay, so if no wanted, like he could have waited till it started to rain, because like if in the final moment God changed his mind and if he didn't create send the flood, okay, there's no use of all this hard work or something else. But still, he made that ship. When did he make the ship? As soon as God said that, like, you have to escape, plan yourself. God didn't tell that, like, create a big ship. He told that, like, it is going to happen, try to escape. That's all. The ark before the rain. Before the rain. Right? So it is very important to plan in advance. At the same time, still if some people are not at all convinced, okay, and that's because like everyone is an adult over here, let me pass an adult joke. Okay, it is just a joke. If there is an option, right? Okay, and there's a question also. Try to see that which option is better. Your parents are saying that like you need to get married. Fine. Now you can get married only first you attain puberty. Or will you be arguing that like no, first fix the marriage and after that I will get puberty? I think that the second way will never work. So in life, you have to be prepared well in advance. Going to the main topic over here. Scope of pharmacy is an important topic in your, I think, UG first year itself. As because in the textbook, I'm sure that like most of you didn't even give importance, but that is going to change your life. If you didn't give importance, go back to the topic again and read every one of it. We will not discuss about all the opportunities over here, but let us look into some of the main things. In India, the most important opportunity is becoming a medical sales representative. Definitely, it is a very attractive career, right? And it gives a lot of money. You can grow very well also, starting at a lower level, and you can go up to the top level based upon your performance. So many people, and it is very easy to get a job as a medical sales representative. So many people will go over there. But not all will have a good life, because once if you join a great company, your life will be great. On the other hand, if you are just going to join some SAVSA company, your life will be horrible. It will not be a rewarding career. If you prepare well now itself, right? You've got a lot of time. If you start preparing from now itself, then in the first attempt itself, you can join an excellent company and you can start having a better career. Of course, every medical sales representative should have a good command in English. Many companies will just see like whether you can speak in English or not. If you can't speak in English, immediately they will tell get out. That's all. They will not even bother. And this job is suitable only for people who will love traveling. So if you do not love traveling, then this job is not for you. I would say that like choose a career based upon your plus and minus and what you love. Okay. If you love traveling, this is a very good job. And you need to be as a deal maker. See, everyone is not a deal maker, and everyone by nature, or even if trained also, cannot be a deal maker. You need to cut a deal with the doctor. You need to cut a deal with the super stockist or the stockist or the sub stockist. You need to cut a deal with other people. I'm saying that like you need to convince everyone and bring them to your side so that you get benefited. So this requires excellent communication skills. So you need to know about multiple languages. As because like you belong to one state, it doesn't mean that like you will get a job in the same state. You may be posted anywhere. So it is very important to know your local language and be ready to learn the local language of where you are posted. Etiquette is very important over here. If your etiquette is not good, immediately specialists will not see you. Popular doctors will not even allow you to enter inside the chamber, and you will lose your job. So it is very important to start grooming, take care of your dressing styles right from the college itself. Yeah, as I said earlier, dressing is the most important thing. And if you are properly dressed, you will get a good image. On the other hand, if you are not dressed properly, people will always look you down, because dressing contributes almost 50% for creating your brand image. This job definitely requires a driving license. In the interview, if you say that like I don't have a driving license, immediately they'll get out. So Duri, as because like you are 18 years old by now, try to apply and get a driving license now itself. If you do not know to drive a bike, start learning now itself, because this job is not for people who do not know how to drive a bike. As far as the subjects are concerned, if you aspire to enter into a marketing field, it is important, or like you have to give more emphasis on subjects like anatomy and physiology, pharmacology, and for certain companies, this biological pharmacy or biotechnology, those kinds of things. To a certain extent, biopharmaceutics and especially pharmacokinetics. Because even in an interview, they will be concerned about like whether you know anatomy and physiology and pharmacology only over here. The second one is about production, right? In this case, like this is good for people who can handle others and make them work. So it is like managing the people, because in an industry you will be as an executive or something else, and then like below you there may be like 4 or 5 technicians or somebody who will be doing the job. There will be some laborers also, skill labor. Like you need to handle these people properly and then make them work. So if you are able to handle your friends, right, then you can be sure that like this job in the industry is very good for you. But at the same time, like industries run 24 hours in a day. So you may have shiftings at very awkward timings also. Right. Anyhow, that every job has gotten plus and minus. So this is like a little bit of difficulty in this job. As far as the subjects are concerned, if you feel that like, no, I want to go and join an industry only, I don't want to be in the marketing field, I don't want to ride the bikes in the sun and rains and something else, then give more emphasis for subjects like industrial pharmacy and physical pharmaceutics. These two are the most important, and pharmaceutical technology or pharmaceutical engineering. I have to add that one also. Suppose like the company in which you want to join is for like natural products, then pharmacognosy. So basically, if you are interested to enter into production, then these are the 4 subjects: industrial pharmacy, pharmacognosy, physical pharmaceutics, and pharmaceutical engineering. You have to start giving. So that's okay. You need not learn anything. You need not be bothered about anything, right? But unfortunately, nobody is giving importance for this book. They think that like that book is only for that subject is only for passing the examination. But that one book alone can take you to great heights in the industry. Quality control section is for people who are basically interested in chemistry, who want to do that practicals, and who are always happy handling and burette and pipette and these kinds of things. Okay, there is not much trouble for shift timings for this quality control department. And if you are interested basically in chemistry, then you can aim top priority for pharmaceutical analysis, because this is where the job requirement is. Quality assurance is also booming, and then like every industry has got a number of people employed for quality assurance. So as far as quality assurance, this is like you need to coordinate between the quality control people and the production department over there. And there is also like the other part, I will come to it later. As far as this job is concerned, like if you give a little bit of more importance for industrial pharmacy and pharmaceutical analysis, and especially like I think in your 7th semester or 8th semester, you will come across a subject that is quality assurance, that will be much better. And regulatory affairs. See, as I said, like there is another part for quality assurance. That part of the quality assurance and regulatory affairs, these are all like desk jobs. There will be a lot of documentation. You need to read, you need to understand it, and then like you need to document. Okay. So this job is for people who have good command in English. Okay. Who are interested in reading a lot and remembering it. Fine. Generally, like for this job, if you, give some importance for pharmaceutical jurisprudence, it is fine. And you need to give more importance for regulatory affairs, which will come at like, I think, 7th or 8th semester of B Pharmacy. This is one area where there is very less competition and there is huge salary. Instead of going and working as an MR, or instead of going to the industry and then like waiting for an interview from there, right? It is much better to go for quality assurance and regulatory affairs, which is related with documentation. This is for people who love only sitting in the office and then like reading. If you cannot sit in the office, then don't go for this job. APE, as far as APE sector is concerned, like pharmacy people hardly enter over there. Very few are entering over there. Fine. And most of the APE is also being purchased from China and other countries. However, like they are also ready to take pharmacy students to a certain extent. But that happens only when you show extraordinary skills in your synthetic chemistry knowledge. Because they already have pure chemistry people and chemical engineering people over there. So if you like want to survive over there, definitely you should also have a good command on this synthetic chemistry part. And to have a good command on synthetic chemistry part, you should definitely give emphasis for all the chemistry subjects. Hospital is good. There are two things. One is like going and meeting and patients and all these things. Family people are getting these opportunities. The other thing is like in hospital pharmacy, which is for ward supply and all these things. Okay, so you can also consider these things. If you want to consider this, then like you need to give importance for subjects for pathophysiology, pharmacology, biochemistry, pharmacy practice, and all these things. Because there is always some people in pharmacy who say that like, oh, I can't become a doctor, or oh, I couldn't become a doctor, or something else like. Right. So the thing is that like they just want to see the patient and they want to treat the patient and then they want to see the smiling faces. They just want to interact with the patient. For those people, it is better that like you just try to enter in as an clinical pharmacist jobs or something. Pharmacy store. This is one almost like a last resort or something else. When people are not interested in any other job, they will just open a pharmacy store and then sit. That has defamed or tarnished the image of pharmacists in this country. Like hardly we find a pharmacy store in this country which is clean and neat and attractive. Even grocery shops have got converted into supermarkets and then they are purely beautifully lighted and they are made in clean with uniform stuffs. But pharmacies are run like dirty shops. It is impossible, or it is like almost difficult to find a pharmacy where a pharmacist is there with a neat white apron and the business is taken in a professional manner. So those who are from a business family or those who have a business mind, you can definitely consider starting a pharmacy, a stylish pharmacy in this country, and definitely it will be more successful. This country is lacking stylish, branded, respectable and professional pharmacy shops. It is required. As far as like if you have this business mind, you can go for it. It is important to have your interest in pharmacology, pathophysiology, and this drugstore and business management subjects, so that like it will be helpful to make your early steps in business. Higher education is another part. Some people will definitely not be happy, and based upon these countries and demand, it appears that like you have to definitely give a thought about going for higher studies for many, right? But however, case to case differs, so you have to decide. So as far as higher education is concerned, you can go for this pharma related higher education. So if you are interested in chemistry, give more importance for all the chemistry subjects in your UG. You can appear for national examinations. You can very easily qualify them, and you can go for higher studies with stipend, scholarship with stipend. Or like if your interest is like in botany side or something else, give more importance for pharmacognosy subjects or like pharmacology or like based upon your interest. See, it is very easy to crack this GPAT examination. Fine. But if you start preparing it early, it is very easy. If you think that like, no, when I enter final year, then only I will start preparing for GPAT. By the time you enter final year, you will be forgetting everything on the first year, second year, and third year. It will be very difficult. So if you think that like, no, I'm not going to stop in BPharm, I will go for higher studies like MPharm, it is very important. Start preparing for GPAT right from now itself. Collect old question papers, see whether it is appearing in your subject, try to solve it. You will have a great life. You can also go for higher studies like in business and administration, like MBA or law, or like journalism and media, because like some people, a small percentage of people would have landed in pharmacy because of their father's or mother's compulsion, right? So they will be waiting for a chance to get out of pharmacy. So for them, like you can definitely go for business, law, and journalism. In fact, like so many law people with a background from pharmacy are required. There's a great demand over there, right? The MBA is almost saturated. But in the law side, they want people from pharmacy who can understand all these pharmaceutical terms and medical terminologies better. And finally, about academics, right? People think that like it is very easy to enter into an academic field or something else, but it may be easy, but surviving in it is pretty difficult. If you aspire to become as an academic, your personality must be totally different. And the most important thing is you need to give importance for all the subjects in your department. You cannot skip any topic, because as a student, you have always got a choice and you can skip 2 chapters without reading also. But when you stand as a faculty in front of like 90 students or 100 students, skip any topic. So from now itself, right? And you need to be a little bit of a friendly person, because like you will always have to deal with an younger generation. Most important is, if you cannot come up with the art of public speaking, your life will be pathetic. Even if you are knowledgeable also, if you cannot deliver the material that is intended properly and clearly, students will say that like, that staff is not good. Right. So your communication skills are very important over here. Fine. And for some people who are not from English background or something else, it is important that like you start improvising your English skills right from now. Of course, like you can also go abroad, but as far as job opportunities are concerned, I have to say that like after BPharm, there is no job opportunity in the other words, in the rest of the world. The main reason being that like the rest of the world has moved for like 5 years of pharmacy course. I think like in a great country, among the list of like great countries, India is the only country like where we have a 4 years pharmacy program or something else. So there are like so many countries do not consider our pharmacy program. They say that like you come up with at least MPharm program, right? So as far as job opportunity is concerned, with BPharm, there's not much opportunity, but after MPharm, definitely there is good opportunities. So you can also go for higher studies abroad also. So if you're going for higher studies abroad, like if it is an English-speaking country, you need to qualify examination for English, like TOEFL. Like if you are, if you see means like in German, the fees is very less, but the course will go in German. So if it is about the country where you want to do. So if you want to do it in a country where there is a different language, you need to attend that examination, get certified about for your proficiency, so that like you get admission over there, right? So as because like learning a language will take up some time, start preparing from first year or second year itself. So what now? Being all this said, the first thing is you should know who you are. You should choose what you love. You should do an SW analysis, and then you should improvise, right? The first is like nobody can say who you are. You should know who you are, what kind of person you are, whether you have a very strong mind or whether you are a weaker mind person or whether you are an average minded person. whether you have a good physical strength or low physical strength, whether you are very good, you're an or an introvert person. See, that you have to analyze and then find out. And then choose what you love. As I said, based upon your personality, you have to choose what you love. Okay, right? Because once if you love your job, you will never feel tired. You will always be happy to go for the job. Just because don't choose a job just because like there is more money. Because if it is not going to suit your personality, it will be very pathetic. Some of my friends, a few of them have died because of commonly what they call it as mentioned as heart attack. They are all medical representatives because they are not supposed to go for the job. I know them very well. They are very soft-hearted. They simply went to the job because they will get more money, but they couldn't handle the pressure, and by almost like 45 or something else, they died. So choose a job that you love, but not only you love, but at the same time that is your personality. So you need to do a strength and weakness analysis. Do your strength. What is your strength? What is your weakness? So try to find your weakness and improvise it. Because it is nothing wrong to love or anything, but then do you have the qualities for that? I said, first deserve, then desire. It is not that like I also have a B farm, I also have an M farm, I also have this one and that one. Everything will happen. You should possess all the qualities that is required, and then you have to desire. And finally, as because like time is running on, I will try to finish it very fast. It is very important to start saving because money is the most important thing in this world. And for that, like being a student, you don't have any income. So we need not concentrate on that point, but you can decrease your expenses, right? That is very important. Decrease your expenses. Ask whatever you are, like when you think that like you want something, ask that like whether it is your need or desire. You feel that like you want a mobile, right? Why do you want a mobile? Your mobile is only for speaking, communicating. Okay, if you stop there, you will save a lot of money. On the other hand, you think that like, no, I want a mobile. I want like Apple 11 or Apple 25 or Apple 100 has come, new model. Like I want a mobile with 5 cameras, 17 megapixel, 100 megapixel. These are all like waste. If you're so much interested, you can have a smartphone with 1 camera. That is more than sufficient. You are not a professional photographer and you are not like going to get any rewards over that, or like you are not going to make money out of it. So why do you go for it? So instead of buying a mobile for 25,000 rupees, buy a decent mobile for like say 8,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees. Save that 15,000 rupees. Okay. Because I will tell you that like this 15,000 rupees today will get transformed into 45,000 rupees within a couple of years. At that time, that 45,000 rupees will be very much required for you for great expenses. If you start saving like this, definitely you will have a huge money because you need to be financially independent. If you are not financially independent, you will always be a slave wherever you work. And the other important point, as I said, that like if you are buying anything, you need to think that like whether you will get maximum utilization. If you are buying a pen for 10 rupees, whether you will utilize it or not is important. Just because it is 10 rupees, just buying a pen and throwing to this corner, buying another pen for 5 rupees and throwing to another corner doesn't work. Even if it is 10 rupees also, you should get the maximum benefit out of it. Otherwise, the seller is getting benefited and you are just like simply throwing your money to that person. Right? The other point is like you need to save the money, but when you save the money, you need to invest the money because saving the money is different and investing the money is different. Start an PPF account because you're all 18 years, more than 18 years. So start a PPF account, start a mutual fund account, start investing for pension plan and start a recurring deposit. You may think that like, I'm just a student, I'm depending upon my parents for money, but definitely you will get some pocket money now and then. From that, start saving however little it is. however little it is. But if you start saving now, after 3 years, when you complete the course, or after 4 years, when you complete the course, you will have some money, so that you need not go and stand in front of your parents asking money till you get a job. That is very important, because the day you graduate, your parents will ask that, like, why you didn't go to job. And not everybody is lucky to get the job immediately. You will have like a decent gap of like 3 months to 6 months. So why do you want to go and stand in front of your parents? Or like, if you get a job, you will get salary only after 1 month. But before that, like, you need to give advance for your room, you need to buy a vehicle or something else. For the down payment, why do you want to go and stand in front of your parents? They already spent a lot for raising you and giving you a very good education. So start saving from today, so that like you will be financially independent soon. And once you be financially independent, you can do proper justice for your life and be happily forever. Are you ready? Of all this said, it is very easy. Everyone knows all these as the ideas. Everyone knows that like what is the success formula, but very few people succeed in their life, and many are losers, because knowing the success formula is only half. But persistence is very important. You need to hang on to the dream. You need to hang on to the practice. You need to keep on doing it again and again and again. Only then you can be successful. Thank you very much for joining this session. Thank you all. Love you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your very wonderful presentation, as well as talk. Very motivational, as well as very much informative. As you have your last line, I will continue with your last line, that the formula of success everybody knows, but nobody implements, and persistence in the work is definitely required. I request all the participants, if they want to have any query, any suggestion, any personal personal suggestions or anything, they can place their queries in the chat box, or even they can ask directly by making yourself unmute.
Mr. Anil, I think that like it will be better you take up the questions and ask.
Yes, sir. If any questions,
Because if everybody starts unmuting, then it will be very difficult to hear.
Okay, sir. Okay. I hand over the next task to Dr. Prithviraj Chakraborty, sir, to start with any queries or technical session which we have have. Sir, please do interact with these queries if they are in chat box. Dr. Prithviraj.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Anil sir. Sir, actually, good afternoon, sir. Speaker sir, we have a question that what is your mantra of success? From Shubhendra Chakraborty. One student, one delegate has written, what is the main mantra of the following topics? What will be?
No, I think that like he is asking for the same. What's the mantra for success or something else? As I said earlier, for every goal there is a different success formula. So if you want to be successful in production, then the success formula is different. If you want to be successful in marketing, the success formula is different. I have just told only 1 or 2 bits over here, right? So because for every job, we can have a success formula session for like 2 hours for every job. So in general, the last slide works out for success. Persistence. Don't accept failure. Don't get upset by failure. I think one person has even commented that like everybody speaks about success, nobody speaks about failure. Right? The country is filled with failure guys. And if you keep on start speaking about failure, right, you will start thinking only about failure, and you yourself will become a failure person. You should always aspire, and you should always think for only positive things. There is nothing wrong in analyzing failures. You can analyze the failure reasons, but once when you know the success formula, persistence is important. Persistence is important. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, many of times we get a question from our students. So many of Indians, mainly in the eastern region, they are having a problem of public speaking. So, sir, can you give such some tips how the students can improvise their public speaking or speaking quality?
That's a very nice question, because like you need to, when you start speaking, there are two things. One is like the command on the language. Fine. Obviously, like we are not native English speaking people, so we will definitely make some mistakes in that. And second is we have a fear whether I can speak properly or not, whether I will humble, bumble, like that. That is why I said that like practice makes it perfect. You don't know English, start learning English. You don't know to speak, start speaking it. Right? And that is why that like this session is very important right in the first year. Usually people call me to speak about all these things in the final year, which is of no use. What is the use of telling about like you should improve your speaking abilities and all these things? By the time they complete the college and they are going for job interview, in the job interview they say that like your speaking ability, your communication ability is not good, get out. So now these people are very lucky because in the first year itself they know. The thing is, don't be ashamed. Be a shameless person. That is one of the formulas for success. Be a shameless person. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to make mistakes. Right? You are a student. You have all the rights to make mistakes. Because still you are a student. Start practicing. Start practicing. Read newspapers. Read newspapers. Listen to English news channels. And speak to your friends. Let them laugh. No problem. But at the end of 2 years or 3 years, you will be more proficient in the language than others. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I'm not finding any more questions in the chat box. So over to Anil, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir, thank you very much, sir. Now we will continue with our end of this program, the valedictory function. Before this, with this wonderful presentation, I would like to add a few lines in my language. That is, sir, आपके सारे presentation सुन के, आपकी बातें सुन के मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा, सर, कि जीवन फूलों की सेज नहीं, यह संघर्षों की ज्वाला है, अमृत उसी को मिलता है जो पीता विष का प्याला है. So now I would like to request Dr. Prithviraj Chakraborty sir to please present, as well as I also request our principal Dr. Debre sir to present a certificate, virtually certificate, to our honorable resource person as a token of love and appreciation for his participation as well as his presence for this program.
Amit, please. So we are presenting this certificate virtually now. So we'll send it to you in due course of time, sir. Thank you for being with us and guiding our students. Not only our students, but students throughout the country who have joined. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you again.
Thank you, Principal. I accept it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, here I would like to add one thing more. We have almost more 100 participants who are attending this program on this Google Meet platform, as well as more than 150 participants who are attending on YouTube Live, sir. Actually, Google is allowing us to allow for just 100 participants, and more than 150 participants are there on YouTube Live. So we have good participation, sir. Now, in the end, I request Dr. Prithviraj Chakraborty sir to please present his vote of thanks for this program. Dr. Prithviraj Chakrabarty, sir.
Thank you, Anil sir. A warm and cherished good afternoon to most valued Chief Patron, Honorable Director Dr. Dilip Kumar Jaiswal sir, Director Mata Gujri Memorial Medical College and Lion Seva Kendra Hospital Kishanganj, Honorable Vice Chancellor Mata Gujri University Kishanganj Dr. Sudipta Bose sir, Honorable Registrar Mata Gujri University Kishanganj Dr. Ichhit Bharat sir, Learned Management Committee, qualified teachers, participant and my dear friends and everyone. It is my privilege to pose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked hard to make this national webinar a grand success. On behalf of Mata Gujri University and Mata Gujri College of Pharmacy, Kishanganj, and the entire fraternity of the institute, first of all, my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event grand success. By His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. My sincere thanks to our Chief Patron, Honorable Director Dr. Dilip Kumar Jaiswal sir, Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mata Gujri University, Dr. Sudipta Bose sir, Patron, Honorable Registrar, Mata Gujri University, Dr. Ichhit Bharat sir, and the Learned Management Committee members who always supported with their visionary guidance and encourages us to organize this type of event so that the student community gets benefited. On behalf of my institute, I, Dr. Prithviraj Chakrabarty, give a heartfelt vote of thanks to our resource person, Dr. Soundrapandian Chidambaram sir, who spent his busiest time gracing the occasion. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and it is definitely going to be encouraging for all of us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and show a new path to all the listeners. Thank you, sir, for adorning the occasion and sharing your expertise opinion today. Now, this type of events cannot be happen overnight. The wheel started moving before 1 week ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye details. We have been fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated employees of our organization who were well versed with their jobs. I lack the words for their participation and their willingness to complete the tasks beyond their comfort zone. And a special mention to our venerable principal, Professor Dr. Soumendra Debre sir, being the catalyst that inspired us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power with us. With deep sense of appreciation, on behalf of the MGCOP family, I would like to thank our loving participants from all over the country for their patient listening and making the webinar a success. With these words, I would like to conclude my speech here. Thank you. Thank you, speaker sir. Thank you all the members joined and all the participants once and once again. Thank you. Over to you, Anil sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful vote of thanks. I would like to add one thing lastly. The feedback link has been sent in Google chat box, as well as it is also sent in YouTube chat box. All the participants, please fill up this Google feedback form, and then only your certificates will be issued. The certificates will be issued from tomorrow because it is a system generated software, and it will generate only 100 certificates per day. So don't be panic. First 100 list will be sent on the tomorrow, and next 100 will be on tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So certificate will be delivered from tomorrow onwards. Thank you very much. And finally, with the permission of respected principal sir, I would like to end this today's program.
Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pandian sir, for gracing the occasion. Thank you, principal sir. Thank you, Anil sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pandian sir. Thank you again.
Stop.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, shall we stop the software?